Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Extra Time Podcast. Your boys here. I've got my co-host with me, Jeffy.
What's
Here
going on?
again. We are here again for Premier League roundup match week 4. Worst week ever. I mean, after the international break, I was happy. Or before the international break, happy.
Why? Okay, the
Of
last
course.
win. There were signs of improvement.
Yes, obviously optimistic about the Manchester derby and Premier League football, international football. So yeah, I was happy because Manchester United were not there to make me sad.
Okay.
Optimism coming into this game against Man City. By the way, we kickstarted without even saying what team we are going to start with, but it is what it is. We are going to start with United and City, of course, 3-0 win from City at the Etihad. Before the game, I felt like we were going to win. I genuinely felt we were going to win because this is the best time to play Manchester City.
Okay.
I feel like they've been vulnerable at the back. They've been having issues and whatever. I don't even think they were that great against us. It's just that we were bad. We were just so bad.
Okay.
I genuinely don't feel like they were the team yet. But few days from Tuesday, I felt like we were going to win, and this was the game where we would come in and show ourselves. I felt like Cunha was going to start. Unfortunately, he didn't. But then when I watched the first game of the weekend on Saturday, the Arsenal game, I felt like, man, this could be the game City used to turn their season around, because Pep normally says the league starts after the first international break. So I felt like this could be it. They could use this game. Of course, the Manchester derby is big, and they could use this game and
Flip the script.
turn everything around. And it happened. Walai. Where do we even start from? I need to start from Amorim. I need to start with Amorim because he's the manager, the team first of all.
Who is most blamed to? Who do you think would take the blame
It has
for
to
this?
be the manager, because the patterns and everything we're seeing is similar every week. The same errors, the same mistake. We coming here last 2 weeks ago. I think the Fulham, we didn't post the video, but it was not the full. Yeah, it was the Fulham.
Yeah, that
we didn't
Fulham, the
post the
second
video,
week,
but
Madrid
then
too.
it was the same thing. The same error against Fulham is the same thing. Same thing this week. Why would any sane manager have a talent like Obimoni on the bench? You have Casemiro on the bench, or you're starting man Ugarte. Casemiro has been one of our best players this season, and then he's on the bench for Ugarte. What emphasis? What was the game plan? What was the idea behind starting Ugarte over Casemiro or Obimoni? I genuinely did not know. I feel like he's going too far in terms of what is. Even after the game, man was saying he's not changing anything.
Exactly.
Well,
You guys
they are falling.
he said he's
They
not
are
going to
going
change.
back.
He said when he needs to change, he's going to try and change.
Bro,
but
we needed change since for like 2 months, 3 months ago, 6 months ago. We needed that change. And he's saying when he needs to change. So what I'm done, honestly. I'm done.
Okay, I get the point. That I think that the game coming into this game, I did have the optimism about it, because normally one thing about Man United, they usually turn off for all these big games. The players, I don't know whether it's a psychological thing, they usually turn off for this game. And I thought that maybe now, like, is a good time to catch, like you said before. But from the first kickoff of the game, immediately that game went.
I feel like we did. The first few minutes, I feel like we were there. We kind of showed.
A bit. But
game.
the moment, like, as the game was flowing, City started settling down. Yeah, you guys couldn't win the ball. It was more of a fluidity. Doku was running rampant. Foden was looking like Foden again. And I in watching the game, I felt to myself like, wow, this could really end bad for United. And it actually came through, because immediately Doku started gaining momentum, started gaining more confidence. He was beating 1v1 players. Luke Shaw, I don't just understand this hospital patient too. I don't understand Luke Shaw at all. That guy is as bad as any left back I've seen.
I feel like you're putting a lot on Shaw. I feel like
because getting past so easily by Doku. I think the 2 of those goals he was involved.
The third goal,
exactly.
He made the effort for the third.
So
I feel like it's the positions where he picks up and then the tactics overall. I feel like Doku started the game on the left wing.
Yeah. But it started
where- how-
drifting
how
towards
did
the
it-
side.
It's
Exactly,
the
nah.
space, the space in the midfield is too much. We are playing two man in the midfield, and the same thing against
And you
Fulham.
okay, yeah.
Same thing against Fulham, overloaded the midfield. That was the same thing.
That's
they did.
exactly what
Imagine asking Doku with touchline winger to come inside.
they did. It. Yeah,
The
that
space was there for them, so
I
they
think-
exploited it. And you genuinely cannot blame players when you look at the whole structure of the team, and there's errors, there's loopholes here and there. What more can they do?
But individual
What
players
more
have to
can
do
they-
their role. When they
I
don't
feel
do
like-
their roles,
I
it
feel like
becomes a problem.
individually we're not at our best.
Okay.
But then I feel like within the individuals that play the game, they play within a certain structure. They play within a certain
System or style.
and they're playing the idea of the manager. What the manager wants that's translating into the pitch. So what they are trying to do is what they've been asked to do by the manager.
But the thing is that thing is not working and he doesn't want to change it.
That's the problem.
In-game management, it's not about maybe trying to change it or during the next game. Like in-game, he's not trying to do anything. Like I don't know whether he lacks any in-game management skills or something, but he doesn't change anything. He sees the midfield being overloaded. He does nothing.
I feel like we got Amorim in a bit too early. I felt like he genuinely needed to experience. He's a young manager, of course. Like, he did really well with Sporting, but I feel like he needed more time to understand the game. Because if you bring in a manager like, let's say Mourinho into Manchester, he's not going to come into a game with City with the same idea. The same idea you go to play Man City, you use that same idea to play maybe a team like
Leeds or
Burnley something like that. You get. So I feel like he has not gotten that much experience to coach a club. To coach a big club, and then we talk about a club with a bigger problem like Manchester, and it's kind of different. It's a different this thing in the it's a different problem at the end of the day. But I feel like he came in too early. Yes, he did really well at Sporting. I feel like he has not had the mentality or the experience to coach a big team like us. So I feel like, in as much as the game was really good for City, I genuinely feel like City were not at their optimum best. I feel like they could do better. Rodri is gone, wallahi.
No, I think the two injuries have really affected.
The Rodri we are seeing now, Rodri may never get back to that balance.
Yeah,
it's never happened.
I think so.
He's
He looks
gone.
slow. He looks
his passes as well.
Doesn't look accurate. I think the injury.
He lost the ball too many times, and this is not the Rodri I've seen. But other than Rodri, I feel like individuals like Doku had a great game. Kusanov as well, brother.
Haaland.
Wow. Yeah, there was a start and
Haaland.
score. Haaland has, I think, 8 goals in 6 games. I think 8 goals in 6 games against us. He has scored the most goals in like that.
Okay, in the derby.
It's very crazy, man. The guy scores against us every season.
And the way he
I
scores.
feel like he had a really good game. The goals he scored, I think they could have been avoided. They were avoided because the first
mistakes.
The first goal was
mistakes. Yeah, mistakes.
First goal could have been easily avoided. It came from a throw-in. We could not even reset and defend properly. The second goal as well.
Individual error, guy.
The third
What the
one.
hell?
I feel like
What the hell?
there has to be pressure on Amorim right now, but the club has come out and said they're still going to back him.
What about you? Do you still want them to back him?
I feel like we need change.
You need change. Like, what type of
change.
change exactly? Is it a change of managers, a change of philosophy?
At this point, I genuinely do not care where the change comes from. Whether it's the manager changing his philosophy, or whether it's the board changing the manager, we need change. I don't want to throw. I don't want to sound too angry or desperate or anything.
You guys should be
like-
desperate now.
Yeah,
Because
I feel like
now look
I
at
feel
what
like
beginning of the season. You only have one win to start. First 4
games
games,
is really bad.
just one win. Look at what you are on the
4
table.
games in football.
And the way you start is usually the way you want to finish. You want to start good and finish early. This is the time that at least you look at your next game. You have Chelsea next. You're probably going to lose that one. So exactly, like you're probably going to lose that one. So where are you going to? You're going to sleep far below again down the table. And Amorim, I saw a stat. He has coached, as in he has managed 21 Premier League games, only 8 wins. Bro,
Very
what
bad.
the hell?
Vince came against Everton, City, Fulham, and well, I
Just
feel like there are fans that want Amorim out already, and I feel it's justifiable.
Yeah.
I can't say anything bad about that. But I feel like we need change. I think Amorim you can't do anything better. You can't do better than what he's doing now. I genuinely think so. You cannot do better than this. And I feel like we have to cut our losses right now that the season is
So you
still early.
so you
Right
want
now
him
that the
gone.
season feels like it could still be salvageable. The season is still long. Because if we wait till November to get in a manager, there's going to be a lot of fixtures here and there. And then needing that new manager to kind of adapt. It was the same thing we did with Ten Hag and Amorim last year. Season was gone. So I feel like Amorim has had enough time. Last year, this was the excuse that we cared for him.
He didn't have any preseason.
Yes,
I didn't have
time
my
as
players.
well, no time to adapt his style. It's a whole new system and formation and everything. So I feel like he has had that time to kind of understand the league. He came in November, so he had from November till March when the season ended to understand the league, understand what he's got, understand where he had to improve his players. And then he had the summer. We signed
Players that he want. Wait,
Yeah,
all
we
these
signed-
players that
we
they
signed
signed,
really good
did he
players.
really want them?
Yes, of course. We
Okay,
signed,
he wanted these
and
are the
these were
players
his
he wanted.
choices. I
Okay,
feel like
okay.
apart from
That's it.
Sesko, I felt like he wanted Watkins or thereabouts, apart from his track. But Sesko, any good manager can work with Sesko because he has the potential, then he has
Yeah,
the
he looked.
ability as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like he has had, in as much as people can say we did sort the midfielders, blah, blah, all this kind of stuff. I feel like without even doing business, I genuinely do not think we are as bad as what we are with the squad. I genuinely don't think our problem lies entirely on that midfield, like getting new individuals there. I feel like it's more of a system than getting individuals. So I feel like the players they've brought in should at least take us better than where we are in Mbeumo, Sesko, and Cunha, together with what we had before. I'm not saying we have like the best crop, but I feel like they are better than where we are. So you can't give too much excuse for Amorim right now. We have given him the summer, the time to prepare with his team, and he's not delivering. So I feel like it's time to move on. I swear. It's
Wow.
time
So
to move on.
you are joining me now in the bandwagons of sack the manager. Okay, well, in my opinion, I don't know. I'm saying it out of honesty. I don't know. One thing about me is that if I know it's the manager's fault, then I know it's the manager's fault. And yeah, right now it looks bad. But certainly my spirit doesn't like want him gone yet. I don't know why. I feel like there's this, like he can improve or he can do something. I don't want to put it, maybe you could say it's false hope. I don't want to just maybe put it all on him.
We could improve in what aspect?
Like, I think that they say time is a good advantage for people to have. I think now 1, 2, 3, 4 games looks bad. You guys went at full strength. Cunha didn't play, and normally in your best performances, Cunha plays in that situation. I saw the way you guys played against Arsenal, and
Bro,
the way you guys played.
If Cunha played,
Yeah, I
today,
think-
I don't think it changes a lot.
No, I think it changes a lot. I
don't
think
think
the way
it changes
Cunha, I
a
think the position with Cunha, the way he plays, the style. I think Cunha ingests him more.
Maybe we would have created more chances. and
Yes,
then-
exactly. And like
But the
Cunha,
goals we considered, with Cunha have stopped them.
no, that one is individual error on the back line.
It's
But
the
I
same
think
thing.
I
It's the
think
same thing.
granted, the defense is the defense, and there are areas they need to work on that. The keeper, Bayanda, I still don't trust him. Another thing about Amorim, you buy someone, you keep him on the bench. Like, what the hell now? You buy somebody, start him now. If I understand that, yeah, it's a big game, but I don't
Pep
trust.
started Donnarumma.
Exactly, but no, we can't compare them.
Gyökeres started his first game. as well.
Exactly. Look at, but I don't understand. Starting Bayanda, where Bayanda has so many defensive efficiencies, like he can't. I don't trust him. Let's just say I don't trust Bayanda, and you could see the level, the way they played individual. Delete looked bad. Euro looks terrible, and looks sure. I don't know how they're going to do. Dogu was ineffective. All around, players were bad. Bruno couldn't do anything. I don't know. I think it's time that the manager stops being stubborn and play Bruno in like a bit up front. I think Bruno needs to be the attacking midfielder.
I still want him to stay.
I want him to stay, but it's just that me personally, I still have that hope that he's going to do something. No, it could be false hope.
Coming from someone that was bad. Guy.
Yes, I want you guys back, but
lie.
still, I don't want the man to be sacked. I don't know. I just like his personality. He's honest. I just like him
Bro,
as
personality does not
No.
win you games.
I get it.
Manager's personality
I
does
get
not
it.
win you
I get
games.
it. I get it. But I saw the performance against Arsenal. I saw the way you guys played. I saw the way these players played.
Big
And
division.
yes, and that one is a sign that, okay, maybe if you can just find a way for them to be consistent on that performance, being consistent throughout the season, I think it's going to work. But the issue now is, I don't know, is it the matter of the the players, the tactics, the system. Just he has to find. That's not my job, Sha. It's his job. He has to find what needs to change, what needs to work, maybe a little bit tweak here and there. That's just it. That's just it for me. But I think that I just want to give him a chance. That's in my opinion. I'll give him a bit of chance. I'll give him a bit of chance.
Amorim has had his chance. It's his call to make. Change. You need to change something. You're stubborn. It's not working. It's time to change something. He does not want to change it. What else can we do? The game against Arsenal, I felt like, yeah, we did better, but it was a game state. It was more of like end to end, and then first game of the season, of course.
Yeah, that's the thing now. End to end now.
Similar, I expected us to perform the way we performed against us. Because usually Amorim teams has always performed against the big teams last year.
Exactly.
But this time around,
it was flat.
It was different. And you can't really blame anybody but the manager. You have Bruno, the best creative forward in the league, and you're playing him deeper. Why? Your best midfielder, the best central midfielder we have in the team is on the bench. When we went in the final third, guess we have Dogu having to create all our big chances. Every single thing we did that game was just palm crosses.
Palm crosses. In Buemo, to me, 75 million. I don't think he's going to fit the bill. In my opinion, I think he's going to flop.
That game had nothing to do with Mbeumo.
No,
Mbeumo had our best chance, guy.
Yeah, he had the best chance. Now I saw it. Now he had the best chance.
I'm not going to sit here and have this slate, Brian.
No, I'm not. He was bad and good at the same time. I don't know if it's possible to be bad and good at the same time, but he was bad and good at the same time.
He was okay. The whole team, we were not that great, but then I feel like he stood out. He was the only player I could look at.
He stood out. Yeah, because he had more of the ball. I agree. And he was trying to be more creative. Exactly. He was trying to create chances.
Ahmad had like one of the worst. But Ahmad, when the performance is going on that the radar this year, I feel like he has been.
Someone needs to call him out.
Against Grimsby, he was very poor.
Yeah, someone needs to call him out. Is it that he can't play that wing back?
I don't understand. I feel like he was played out of position in this game. But even when they like moved him back to the lefty back, the way he was losing balls and then
he wasn't tracking back much.
His intentions were not even there. So I feel like he needs to step up as well. But speaking from a Man City point of view, do you think this game has like changed their state? Of course, they've had 2 losses and then one last 3 now.
I think it does. In my opinion, I think it does.
The momentum changes for them.
Exactly. Not it's still early now, but still the way they played, it was like Man City, the way it wasn't their best. I can agree on that. It wasn't their best, but there were signs there. The way they kept possession, the way they pressed, the way they got the ball back when they lost it. Those ones were signs that even the past 2 games against Tottenham and the one they lost recently, they didn't have that. But in this one, they had it. I think Foden looked a bit more lively. Rodri, you say, was probably the only one that didn't perform well. Tijani Reinders, I like that guy so much. I love the way he plays. I love the way he positions himself.
There was a chance he had. I felt like he would have scored.
Yeah, probably. But still, now every day cannot be a great day. But the way he played, everything like Doku looked lively. I think that role of maybe it could be against because of Man United to exploit that space, like you said, in the midfield. But Doku shined. Haaland looked hungry. Haaland looked hungry. Haaland looked like Haaland.
Haaland was Haaland.
Haaland was Haaland. Like the confidence he had was something else.
Finishes was
and I think going forward, I think once their players start getting get into form, get more fit, Shekri is going to come back, Mamouche is going to come back. I think they're going to do great. Savinho is already back, so they have more options on the left hand side, not only on maybe leaving it only for Doku. So, but I think going forward, they're still going to improve. So just it.
So yeah, but let's move on to the next game. We're going to talk about Arsenal. Arsenal first.
Just how good are we?
Arsenal.
Appreciate us now. Appreciate us.
I have to give it to them.
Appreciate us. We are good.
That game was like the best performance I've seen from any bad United Arsenal game where we played. I feel like that performance from Arsenal has been the best. It's number 1 up there for the games this season.
They actually showed what they're capable of doing.
They did really well. And when you look at the team as well that started the game, they missed like their core players are missed. That way you look at us
Saka, Odegaard, Declan, Saliba.
They were not there, but Odegaard got injured. But then the way they went on to play that game, this is their let's say their second team playing better than some teams' first team. I feel like after watching that game, I felt like Arsenal are ready to win. This
you're
is
taking my side. So you're taking my side.
My expectations for Arsenal now is to go on and win it. Because when I
Okay.
look at the people around them,
Yeah.
City, I genuinely feel like they are not there yet. They still
Yeah.
need to like
Tweaking
find their
some things,
rhythm.
yeah.
Liverpool, the way they're going about playing games.
Can they maintain
their last 4 games,
yeah.
I feel like
They haven't hit that
they're having late winners, as well.
lucky
It's taking
breaks,
them-
and all the rest.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I feel like the way things are going on around for these teams and what I saw Arsenal do against Forest, I feel like they have the best opportunity.
This is their chance.
They have the best opportunity to win, and not just the opportunity. I feel like they have the depth now they've been lacking. Because last year when Saka got injured and Odegaard got injured, they had issues. They had to play Merino top 9 and the rest of it. But although they pulled up in some games, but they still lost valuable points. So I feel like this is their year now. They have the depth, and the depth are showing like they can do really well. Because I watched Madueke yesterday, and every single thing you see, the Arsenal would miss when Saka was out. Wallahi, he covered every single thing. The way he took on players, creating chances, going past people. Wallahi, it was great. And Mosquera as well. Wallahi.
La Liga product.
Bro, how the hell did the whole
top class
How
in La
did the
Liga.
whole
They
world
didn't
let
even
Arsenal-
pick him.
let Arsenal pay 15 million for that kind of talent?
Credit to
Bro,
their
this
staff
guy,
now.
This guy gave me Saliba vibe.
And the way he
was
composed,
composed on
yeah.
the ball, guy. The way he was
composure.
picking passes, breaking lines, brother.
And his
Composed
ability
as
to
well.
defend. That's another thing people don't know. He can defend though.
Jeez.
The way he defends, he can defend.
I feel like Arsenal, they did very impressive. Zubimendi as well, brother. Zubimendi is the best DM in the league, Wala. He's the best DM in the league.
Currently.
I swear. He's the
Better
best
than
DM.
Gravenberg.
He's up there. Better than Grav right now, bro. The way
Really?
Arsenal.
You that
Yeah.
love Gravenberg.
Yeah, I love Gravenberg, but I feel like what I saw with Zubimendi and Arsenal, bro, I was shocked. I enjoyed the game. I wanted them to lose the game. You understand? I came with like to hate watch, but they made me enjoy them. They made me love them. And I have nothing bad to say, honestly. I have nothing bad to say.
Okay. I'm glad you're starting to see the vision that Mikel Arteta is trying to accomplish with this thing. And yeah, just to concur your point, I do agree that it was one of their best games. One thing about Arsenal now is that they are more balanced. I think people often look at Liverpool as having the best transfer, but I don't really put it that way. I think Arsenal had the best transfer window because the players they brought were players that will complement them, add to them, and still balance it out. All around defense, attack, wing, midfield, and defense. They did all the right things. They got the players they needed. And one thing now is that they don't have to rely on their first team all the time, all their key players. One thing we noticed in previous season that they always had almost their 11 was predictable. Their starting 11 was almost the same, identical.
There's a lot more competition.
Yeah, and now they have more players to rely on, players to call on. Mosquera, like you said, can like now feeling for Saliba seamlessly. Madueke looks good.
Calafield was moving mad.
Exactly. Eze is still getting under his feet and all the rest. And Gyökeres had a great game. He had a great game. I told you now. I told you he had a great game. Another goal. He had a great game. Zubimendi.
The way he linked up his movement as well. Had a wonderful goal as well.
Exactly, yeah. And that goal was the way
typical striker.
Eze finding that pass as easy as it is. About all the rest, I think now is the opportunity. The issue that I have with this team is that can they play like they played against the bigger opposition? We saw in the Liverpool game. Second half, they basically tried to like be the lesser team, draw back, absorb pressure. They didn't go out Liverpool like the way they did in first half or like the way they played in this game. So that's my issue. I think Mikel Arteta sometimes needs to trust more in his team. Try and win games. Don't try and go for draws all the time against all these big clubs. I understand that could be the difference between them winning the league and not them winning the league. I think if I know it, that I assume that Arteta knows it as well. I think he has to go for the jugular. Yeah, has more belief in his team. Go at them. There are times you need to absorb feedback and absorb pressure against certain things. I understand that. But at least you have the players, you have the personnel, you have the team, you have a striker, you have wingers that can create something for this striker. Just believe more in your team and go at them. That's just my only issue with Arteta. That's just the only issue I have with him. If he can maintain this level of play consistently, even against big teams, that's just the only issue. And Nottingham Forest, don't just talk about Nottingham Forest. Look at the way they play. Look at the way they play.
Hashtag bring back Nuno.
It's a bring back
Nuno. Bro, how do you go from having a manager that has
Improved you.
elevated the team,
Yeah.
got them that European spot, and then you sack him for a manager that finished 17 with Tottenham.
But he won the Europa League.
Bro,
We
he
should at
finished
least-
17 with Tottenham
But he won the Europa League. We should
against the
agree
Shite
that.
United team. But let's be serious. Let's be serious.
Okay.
What we saw from Forest in that game was completely horrible. I think they were the worst team ever I've seen this year in terms of how they played the game.
And they have another stubborn
They had
coach.
zero shot. Zero shot. I'm not talking about shot on target. Zero shot up on the 45th minute of that game. Up until the 40th. Guy, they had absolutely nothing doing. Nothing. And you have players like Morgan Gibbs White. You have Chris Wood who was banging goals last day. You have Callum Hudson-Odoi. And then Ndoi as well on the other side. And then Lieutenant Darcy. Bro, that team, I feel like they were better than whatever they performed. Like, talking about, when we speak about United and how she blew Forest were absolutely horrible yesterday. And I feel like Ange, this is the biggest mistake. I feel like they made a very big mistake.
Yeah, I agree. I think the owner sacking. The issue was that the owner and the coach fell out. That's just basically what happened, and they sacked.
But when you do something like, you have to look forward to getting someone better, someone that I think elevates the team.
Maybe he thought Ange could elevate the team. I think Ange probably has the resume getting Tottenham on their first trophy.
Maybe I'm being too harsh, but I feel like bro,
the issue. I agree your point. Nottingham Forest did play bad. Another thing, they have a stubborn coach. Ange is another one of those type of coaches. Can he really change the style of play, or can he change the way he plays when things are not going his way? That's the thing that was. And all these players is that these are Nuno's Espiritu's players. These are players that he has worked with, build and improve over time. So them sacking him, maybe some of the players might feel that they have sacked the coach unfairly, and maybe. But I think that over time, I hope that they improve. If not, they will be relegated. That's another thing. So let's move on to who do we have?
Let's move on to the Chelsea game.
Oh,
Chelsea Brentford.
One thing, sorry. One thing about Chelsea is that their fans, I really hate their fans, honestly speaking. They are so fucking loud. Yeah, 2-2. What's it called? They had a 2-2 draw against which team did they play against us?
Brentford.
Okay, 2-2 against Brentford. And one thing about this team, sorry if I'm just cutting it, but one thing about them is that they seriously have an issue with their starting lineup. I think they have too many good players and too many good players in
awkward position.
Yeah, in front position. They really do. Another thing, their defense. I think they focus more on attacking minded players and now they're neglecting the defense and especially the midfield, because I understand that Caicedo, Enzo, and whoever is in the midfield again, maybe it could be Kopama. The issue now is all those you have all these good attack minded players now. But can these players track back? Aside from Neto, that I know like tracks back once in a while, all these players, they leave everything so much like everything on the defense. They rely too much on their center backs more often, because most of the time Kokorea is going forward and Gusto is going forward and the rest, Rhys James going forward. So opposition now exploit all those wings.
Spaces.
Yeah, all those spaces inside and overload the two defenders. Leaving and all these players, it takes time for them to track back. So we saw that Pedro was probably ineffective in this game. Pedro had one of his worst games, in my opinion. Kopama, you have Kopama, he's healthy. Why don't you play him? Why don't you just start him?
If he's fit to play, he's fit to start.
So he wasn't fit to play. He was fit. He came in and credit to him, he came in and changed the dynamic of the game. He basically changed the entirety of the game, got a great goal. And I thought that maybe they were going to walk away with it. But once again, 9 minutes, their defense.
Come back here.
Come back 2-2. Brentford, credit to Brentford. They kept on fighting. They took the lead, kept it long for a bit, and still managed. Yeah. And credit to Caicedo, that was a wonderful goal. But Brentford allowed him too much space in that goal for me. There was a time there was a player that they should have closed him down, and maybe he wouldn't have scored. But I think it was a fair result. I think Brentford deserved not to lose that game now. But Chelsea, this is an issue. Drop points again. And this is a team that I have challenging for the league. Do you think that Maresca can solve this issue of having too many attack-minded players?
I feel like he needs to sort his front line out. I feel like he doesn't honestly know who to 100% trust, especially on the right wing. Because he has Garnacho, there's Gittens, and then there's Tyrick George. these three players, in as much as they've got good potential, I feel like they are not teams. They are not players that get you over the line when you're
When you're going to
when you're
win the
looking
league.
forward to winning the league up against teams like Liverpool and Arsenal. This cannot be your wingers to win the league. And then the front line, I feel like they need more time to kind of understand and adapt them. I feel like they missed the creativity from Palmer, and then Estevao was not available for the game. So I feel like it's the same case with Arsenal. You saw Saka out, Madueke in. There was not much notable difference because Madueke kind of pull up. I feel like this is the same thing Chelsea need to do. When their main players are not there, they have to.
But who are the
step
main
up.
players? This is the thing. Like, we don't even know who the
Kupama has to start. Estevao has to start. Dilap injured. Joao Pedro has to start, and then maybe Dilap. Something like this.
So who starts on the other
This
side?
should be their front four, or maybe Pedro Neto on the right. I feel like this would be their best lineup. But then injuries will happen. It's part of the game. So it's a matter of how the kind of depth you have and the strength in depth. So I feel like they honestly do not have that strength in depth because when they miss out players, they do not. I know they beat West Ham 5-0 without Palmer, but then Estevao was there, was the spark. Joao Pedro had a good game as well. So yeah, so for this game, it was a bad game for them. I feel like Brentford did really, really well defending. Their block was really good. They went in with a very good game plan, sit deep and then play on the breaks. They knew spaces were going to open enough and turn off. They scored their first goal, very beautiful counter as well, finish as well, really good from Kevin Shaddy. So yeah, I feel like Chelsea needs to improve. I know I had them contending for the league, but I feel like they are going to get there. They're honestly going to get there, but it's one game. But let's see how they go on to do. We have them next, of course. I feel like we are bad at.
You guys could turn up.
I genuinely didn't know what to expect from us in that game, but then it is what it is.
Okay.
Can move on now to Liverpool. Let's talk about Liverpool. 1-0 win.
Lucky.
93rd minutes penalty from Musala.
Penalty merchant.
Every single game Liverpool have played this game, they've needed the
9 minutes
the
wins.
9 minutes win.
Yeah.
How long can they do this? Is this sustainable in terms of a team that we saw win the league last year?
Comfortable
And
like that.
then they've added really good players to their squad as well. How long can they do this?
I don't really know. I think the Wiz project now is probably it's not working now. Credit. I think he had a good game in my opinion. You don't feel the same, but I think he had a good game. I think Wiz had a good game. I think he was getting more involved, trying to link play. But the thing is that they're operating more from the center, which is where he plays. Rather than last season, they were operating more from the wings, wide wingers, Luis Diaz. I think the loss of Luis Diaz now, I think it started to show because Gakpo was a no-show in this game. Gakpo tried a lot of things, but I think he wasn't getting on the ball more, in my opinion, and he couldn't influence the game more. Salah, to me, was still, he hasn't hit that, his height. He hasn't hit that. Get that. He got a goal, but still, he hasn't performed at top level.
But that's the thing with players like Musala. You don't see them maybe.
Yeah, I get your point, but
70% of the game. But then when you need a player to win you games, these are the kind of players you need to have.
Even though it's a penalty,
to get you over the edge. Bro,
even though it's a penalty, 9 minutes penalty.
Imagine Bruno scored the penalty against Fulham the other day. The whole dynamic of the game changes. So yeah, and then the pressure to score the penalty. You know, their hope was relied upon that. Imagine if he missed that penalty, we would have been getting cooked all over Twitter. But then it is what it is. I feel like Liverpool did. I feel like Burnley defense. Same thing with Brentford. Burnley made it really difficult for Liverpool to kind of like break them down. We were not creating quality, clear-cut chances because of the way Burnley started. I feel like they got really hard done by. I feel like they deserved at least a point from that performance, Burnley. I feel like they deserved 1 point at least. But then, part of the game, shit happens and then anything can happen. For Waits, I genuinely do not know when he kicks into gear. Right now, it's looking like a project field.
No.
It's looking like a project field. I feel like, I honestly feel Wet is a very good player, 100%. But I feel like I expect more from him.
Of course, the price tag and all the rest. Yeah, I get that.
He's not delivering on that. So
I get your point. But I think it's still a work in progress.
Fair enough.
A work in progress. Time. So. I want to just give credit to Scott Parker, the Burnley manager. I think I read this I didn't really rate him that highly, but I think he had this clear game plan, like you said. Burnley had a clear game plan. I think the way they defended, credit to them, they defended really well. Liverpool were finding how to break them down, even from wings, even from the middle. They were compact, they were solid, and this is a coach, in my opinion, that if he does well, I think he has a bright future ahead of him. I think he'll get those
Better
jobs.
club.
Yeah, I think so. I rate him very highly. So Liverpool again, top of the league. They haven't performed, but that's the sign of champions.
Yeah.
Being able to grind results when you don't perform.
And it's slot as well. I love the boldness from that man. I love his boldness. So the way he took off Kekes 35 minutes. Managers like this, they genuinely do not care. You change the state of the game.
Exactly. That's what you want Amorim to do.
Whenever I see something is wrong, you change it. You don't care whether the players will be happy or whatever. You're there to win the game. Your goal is to win the game. Because at the end of the day, when you lose the game, you're the one that gets it, not the players. They do not sack players. It's managers they sack. So yeah, so I feel like I love his wit and his grit and everything. I feel like they got a very good character in that position, and maybe even if they don't play well, I feel like they still have someone behind them that they can look up to and like get them over the line and want to kill themselves for him. So yeah,
okay.
I feel like Liverpool are still there.
So
that's basically it. We've come to the end of this episode. It's well to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. We're bringing you more content here, and
see you around.
Peace out.